On this edition of Stoned and Gaming, we have another guest, y'all. One of our good college friends, and now a killer streamer on Twitch, Alex Jonathan Brown, aka Not Bestseller. He's here to talk about battle royales. We're talking PUBG. We're talking Fortnite. We're talking Apex. We're talking Call of Duty Warzone, and we're talking Fall Guys. Let's dig into it. Welcome back to another Stoned in Gaming. I'm your host, Ronald Short, and with me, as always, the Barney Fife to my Annie Griffith, Nathan Minger. Welcome back, Nathan. How you doing?
I'm good. I wish I could whistle or do a Barney Fife impression, but I can't.
Yeah, I mean, Don Knotts. That's a very specific voice.
Yeah,
very specific. What are you smoking today? What are you taking drags of?
I am smoking an indica called Glue Ball.
Ooh, you got some glue balls? Get it?
Yeah,
it's like
I do.
Blue balls.
But
it's like blue balls.
Yeah, I got it.
You didn't laugh. That's why I was asking.
Oh, yeah, right about that.
I'm smoking some sativa. I don't remember the name. My guy told me, but I don't remember. I smoked too much of it, the sativa, and forgot.
That's fine.
Well, it's always enjoyable. A good sativa helps with anxiety, gives you energy. I love me a good sativa. We need a phrase like in the couch, like indica. What's a sativa? That's really hard.
I got nothing. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
45 minutes
We'll think
later.
about it. We'll think about This week is another guest. We have another special guest. Someone we're super excited to have, Alex Jonathan Brown, a.k.a. Not Bestseller on Twitch. He's here to discuss Battle Royales, the new gaming phenomenon that's been around, for like 3 years now. 2017, I think, is when it started. He's here. He plays a lot of them, and we're here to have him talk and share his insight, and I'm super excited. We went to college with him. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great combo. He was our roommate for a little while.
Not mine.
Oh, I couldn't remember if you guys crossed.
I came in. I replaced.
Did you replace? Okay.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, I remember now. Awesome. Yeah, great combo. Definitely stick around for that. What are we playing? What are you playing right now? You got any games you're really into?
Yes, mostly the same games I've been always playing, but I'm gonna keep repeating them because yes,
yeah, love them. That's fine.
Number one, Apex Legends Season 6, still playing that, always playing that. Fall Guys,
Yeah,
who
big one for me too. Big one for me too right now.
I don't normally play Fortnite. I really was not into that game, but I'm really into Season 4 of Fortnite. The Marvel theme, I love it. I'm going to get that Wolverine skin. I'm going to get it. And I really want to witness. I've never seen or been a part of any of the events. I've only watched them on the internet afterwards.
Yeah.
But I really want to be a part of this Galactus event. I want to see what happens.
Absolutely.
And then from our last episode, Battletoads. Been playing some Battletoads.
Yeah. Trying to beat it. I wish I had more time this week. I was really hoping to beat it before this pod, but I didn't have a chance.
Same. But
yeah,
I love that game. It's awesome. So fun. And the
so many
art
people are shitting on it. I love it. The art style's great. The comedy's hilarious.
Yeah.
I want to talk about it more when I beat it. When we beat it. I want to have a combo about it.
For sure.
So we can really dig into that one.
Yeah.
But I really love that game too.
Same. What are you playing?
It's kind of a crossover. Fall Guys, really into that. It's kind of like been my go-to when I'm not working on stuff at home. I've been playing Fortnite to prepare for this, and also because they've started a new season. I'm somebody who always checks in on Fortnite from time to time. I love Fortnite. So I've been playing that a little bit, and also Friday the 13th. I've been playing that a little bit recently because I've been writing some spooky scripts. And we're starting to get into, I'm in the mood for fall now. I want some Halloween. I know it's 104 degrees outside.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I wish it would be cool.
But as soon as September 1st hits here, me and Amy just decorate. We go all out. We get the Bath & Body Works candles.
Nice.
You get the hand soaps.
Yeah.
Put up some spider webs.
Like the
spooky skeletons.
the jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, we might carve. I mean, we probably will carve jack-o'-lanterns this year. Because we just love to do it. And we're at home. Why not? What the fuck else are we gonna do? But yeah, mostly Fall Guys, to be honest. I have been working on Battletoads, trying to beat that. I'm midway through the second act, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good times. Good times.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of good times, the one section I didn't cover last week, which I think is okay. I don't think either of us had a lot going on, but the Animal Crossing catch-up. We missed this one.
We did.
Which was a goof on my part, but I think if there's not a lot going on, maybe we won't include it.
Yeah,
I think we should do big updates. I think we should move into big updates.
Well,
which I do have a big update right now.
Yeah, you go ahead and do your big up because I got nothing going on my island.
Nothing still.
I still hate Cobb. I still want that ham piece. He was ragging on my clothes today, and he doesn't even wear pants. So that guy could shove it.
What an asshole.
Yeah, I can't wait till he gets off my island.
So my biggest update is that I finally finished my house. I've got the basement now.
Nice.
And I'm kind of stuck on what to do with it because I have my arcade upstairs. I'm thinking about moving the arcade downstairs because I like that idea. It's just like, in general, you like it to be darker in an arcade. It's in the basement. And I'm just trying to figure out what to do because it's a huge space. I'll probably add a bathroom in somewhere. I don't know yet. I don't have one of those. They don't need them. Oh, okay. Okay, if there's a dungeon, that's definitely going in the basement. So I'll just keep the arcade upstairs.
There you go.
The swings, the dildos, and the butt plugs and whatnot down in the basement.
Yep. Good
call, dude. We solved it.
Craft a lot of them, though.
Craft a lot. Would you like to craft the butt plug? Sorry, you need rubber and a cork. That's the biggest update for me. I had one visitor at the camp, and I was talking to her, trying to see who she would replace. But she kept saying, "You want me to move here? Nah, all my friends are back home. I'm not moving." And I'm like, "Come on!"
I hate when that happens. When you find a good character.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna move here. Then get off my island.
Yeah. Like I'm generally pretty happy with everybody, but I definitely want Norma gone still.
Yeah.
I want her gone if I can.
I'm starting to get annoyed by all mine. Not all mine. Really, just Vic and Cobb. Vic is kind of an asshole.
That's so funny.
And Cobb is just
I'm kind of hating all of them.
Him and the frog guy, Consto, they just say the same things.
Oh yeah.
So
it's disappointing. But there's only like 5 personalities, which sucks.
Well, whatever.
No, I know. I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah, but still.
My frog is the one that keeps coming up as wanting to move, and he keeps calling me his best friend. Shit, I don't want him to go, dude. He's my 3rd favorite.
Oh,
why can't it be Norma? Why can't I pick that fucking cow? All right, that was a good catch up. Got a little heated. But put that ketchup on your wiener and eat it. News and releases. And releases. Your time to shine, bruh.
Okay. So, first piece of news is not video game related, but definitely sad, is that Chadwick Boseman, star of Black Panther, passed away on August 28th.
That was heartbreaking.
After a 4-year battle with colon cancer, which I don't think anyone had any idea about. I think he just kept it, with his family and whatnot. But
no, the internet just mocked him for being skinny sometimes.
Yeah,
Did you see that shit?
What the
fuck?
Yeah.
People need to be better. Anyway, go on. I'm sorry. That just really upset me.
No, agreed. During that time, he was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer, 2016. During that time, he filmed Civil War, Message from the King, Marshall, Black Panther, Infinity War, Endgame, 21 Bridges, and Defy Bloods.
You can never tell.
Half of that he was in stage 4.
That's
cancer.
insane.
That is literally insane.
Just shows what a powerhouse he was.
Yeah.
He's an incredible talent.
Yeah, incredible actor.
I was really upset. Really upset on Friday.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Heartbreaking.
other news, in gaming news, I'm excited for this, but it's unfortunate because it's for PC and I don't have this game for PC. But Left 4 Dead 2 is getting an update, and since I don't know when the last update was, a long time ago, because that game hasn't been relevant in forever. But it's getting a new update called Last Stand, which was made by fans. And apparently the team behind the game gave it their blessing, and it's being released as an update. They released
Is it just for PC?
I think so. I would assume so. But I don't know.
So awesome.
I don't know. So all that's out now, they just said there's more information coming soon, and there's a teaser trailer. So
I didn't hear about this. That's cool as hell.
Yeah, it is. So we'll have the trailer up or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's the news.
Awesome. Any releases coming up?
We do. We have 2 releases that I'm actually really excited about both of these, but one of them I don't know if I'm willing to spend the money for it. But let's get into it. Both releases on September 4th coming out. The first one is a remaster of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I assume one of the games that defined my childhood, in my opinion. Like, I played this game all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
So I really the version of this game I played the most was the Pizza Hut demo that came with a pizza, and it was just that first level, and you just play it over and over. I definitely played the games, but that was my obsession for a long time before it even came out, because it had the music. It felt cool as hell. The controls are great.
That's how I played it first too. And me and my brother didn't have a PlayStation, but we had a video store in our local store where we could rent PlayStations. So we rented a PlayStation to play that demo. And then later on, they released that game for the N64, but it was kind of like a cut down version of the game because they couldn't store as much on a cartridge as you could on a disc. But we had that for N64.
Nice.
And, played that game so much. But I'm pretty excited about that. I just don't know if I want to spend money on it.
Right, yeah. Maybe when it comes to Game Pass or something.
Yeah, maybe. The other one, another game I'm really excited for is Marvel's Avengers. Game coming out on September 4th as well. This game looks really awesome. I don't know how you feel about it, but the story centers around Ms. Marvel, and I forget her name, Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I've heard mixed reviews about it, but I've heard the story's great, and I've heard her as a character, not only just as the character in the game, but just as a playable character, is fantastic. So I'm really excited for that game. But
nice. I don't know yet. I know they have the demo on PS4. I need to download it and try it, but I just haven't been sold on it yet. Like, I'm definitely gonna wait for it to get cheaper. It just looks really, I don't know. It just feels repetitive, and like, I'm always disappointed by superhero games where they have to nerf people essentially to keep them all on the same level. Except for like Ultimate Alliance, I think they do it well. I don't know. I just kind of have mixed feelings on it. I'm interested to see what you say or other reviewers. If you get it right away, but I'm probably gonna wait until it goes cheaper.
I don't think I'm gonna get it.
Look.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get it right away. I think
it doesn't look full price.
I think I'm gonna wait like maybe a few weeks, but I don't think I'm gonna worry about the price on it. I just want to worry about reviews on it because you're right, and I've heard mixed things about it. So,
the story sounds awesome.
Repetitive.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear, is that it looks repetitive, and it's just the early stages already. I don't know. I think it's a game, since it's going to be like a live game, essentially. Like, they're going to release new characters. It's like you have to buy them and shit. Yeah. I feel like they could update it and make it cooler. And I feel like it's a game that has like a starting point, and that it could be really sweet, like in a few months or 6 months or whatever it is.
And to me, it kind of looks like a lot like Ultimate Alliance, but just more graphically intensive,
right? Realistic. Yeah.
So
It doesn't look like it controls as fluidly to me. It looks a little clunkier. I don't know.
I don't know.
I have to try it. I have to try it.
I think it. I'm expecting the controls to be on the same level as Ultimate Alliance, or at least that not the controls. I'm sorry, the gameplay, because Ultimate Alliance is pretty repetitive. If we're being
Yeah.
I think one of the good things that has is that the story holds it together, and that the repetitiveness. I don't mind the repetitiveness of that game because one of the amount of characters, but it just feels the way it's all tied together feels well, and I'm hoping that that's what Avengers can deliver. But
I guess what I say Ultimate Alliance does better is like the looks of the guys you're fighting, because like they look pretty generic in the new game.
That's fair, and I don't know. I mean, they haven't showed off much outside of
that
so
first section.
So I don't know.
I could be completely wrong.
Yeah, and I don't know if there are other villains or not, because I think MODOK is the main villain.
MODOK?
Who is that? What's his name?
The big floating head?
Yeah, what's his name?
MODOK. Yeah, you're right.
MODOK. Yeah.
Really?
I thought you were questioning. I think so.
No, I'm just surprised. Wow. I hope it looks like MODOK from the comics.
It does. Yeah. You haven't seen?
I know Abominable. I haven't seen one with MODOK. I don't think. I haven't watched them all. I guess.
Maybe I know. Now you're making me question.
Abomination is in it. That's pretty cool.
Okay, as a villain or
yeah, Hulk's villain, like one of his main villains.
It looks like he's in. Maybe he's not the main villain, but he's just in the game.
That's awesome.
I think he's the main villain. There's like one of the trailers or something I saw. It's like him like floating down the street, and there's like enemies all around him or whatever.
Yeah,
army of enemies.
Yeah. Oh, one last thing I want to say on this, because I don't want to dwell on Avengers.
Yeah.
But this fucking PS4 exclusivity. I'm sorry, Sony. It's coming on PS5 too. Of Spider-Man. That's bullshit.
Yeah, agreed.
That's fucking bull. Like, I'm not gonna. That's. I just remembered that. That's one of the biggest reasons I don't want to get it right away. Because like I want to play on an Xbox. That's where my friends are.
Agreed.
But if I want a Spider-Man, I have to get the PS4. Like I don't want to compromise what I want.
Yeah.
Man, that really pisses
Spider-Man.
me off. Spider-Man is a really fun character. Like, why wouldn't you want him?
Yeah.
And he's an Avenger. He's been an Avenger on and off throughout his whole superhero career. That's bullshit. And fuck Sony for doing that. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Sony fans, but fuck all that.
That's the news. And the releases.
And releases. Great. Well, that brings us to the top 3 and our special guest, Alex, Jonathan, Brown. The top 3. And since we're talking Battle Royale games, we're talking about a very specific game with this top 3 out of the ones we are going to be discussing, and that is Fall Guys. And with us to discuss the mini games, we're going to be listing our favorite mini games, is our old buddy, ex-roommate, now big-time streamer on Twitch, not bestseller, Alex Jonathan Brown. How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing well. How are you guys? Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being here.
Great. Yeah, thanks for coming.
I'm very excited to talk about Fall Guys.
Yeah, we've been wanting to talk about Battle Royales for a while, and I watched your stream last week, and you were playing Fall Guys and talking about Call of Duty Warzone. I was just like, this is the guy. Got to get this guy on here.
I'm so glad to finally be the guy.
You're the guy. And it's also the beard.
It feels really good. The beard helps.
Yeah.
The shaved head is new. So
I also love that. But that beard is goddamn impressive.
It really is. I'm jealous.
It's a little out of control right now, but
how long? Like, not how long is it? How long did it take you to get that far?
It's a great question. So I'm at the point now where I almost don't remember not having it, which is obviously not the case. But before coronavirus hit, I was basically getting it trimmed back once every 3 weeks because I had a short haircut and I just go get a haircut and then have the barber take care of it too. So I don't have a great answer, but I would say it's been 4 years that I've had a beard solid now. So
wow.
Sometimes shorter, sometimes longer.
And since it's been trimmed at least since quarantine started.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. So however long that's been, 6 months, 20 years.
Yeah.
Who knows?
If you normally listen to this as a podcast, I highly recommend you watch the video
this
just
is
for that
premium
beard.
Video content.
Content.
Worth it.
Yes. Let's talk about a relationship a little bit. We used to go play darts. We would walk to the bars from our college, or from where we were staying on college campus. We would do pizza margarita Mondays.
Margarita Mondays at Boston's Pizza.
Boston's Pizza.
Did I tell you they put one in? Like, there's one in the town I live in right now. There's a Boston's
in California.
Pizza. They put it in legitimately 3 weeks before everything got locked down. I don't know how they're open, but they have a big. For the longest time, it was like coming soon, Boston's Pizza, and I'm sure nobody else around here knows where that was.
Yeah.
And then one day the sign switched from coming soon to we offer carry out and delivery. Because I don't think they ever really got to even be open where people could like come in, because California is still pretty locked down. So I haven't seen like outdoor tents yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happens soon.
Yeah, good times. Good times in
that was
Indiana State.
Terre Haute, Indiana.
Terre Haute, yep.
And then we overlapped in Austin very briefly while I was there.
Very briefly.
When my partner was finishing up her PhD. And
yeah, that was nuts.
I was very short-term part of the Pinballs crew. Based on previous podcasts.
Yes.
Sounds like Nathan's also. Nathan, have you played Buzzy Buzzy Bee?
Yes,
is it still there?
Okay. Last time we were there.
I'm no Buzzy Buzzy Bee player. That is for sure.
It got pretty damn competitive with the Buzzy Buzzy.
Very competitive. I know this is a podcast ostensibly about video games, but like if we were really just talking about what's the greatest game ever made, it would just be Buzzy Buzzy Bee.
It'd be up there.
It's so good.
You have to search this game out. It is a great game. It's going to be in the children's section of whatever arcade you're at.
Correct.
Wherever the birthday parties are happening, that's where Buzzy Buzzy's happening.
You're going to have to elbow a 6-year-old out of the way.
Worth it, though.
Just to scoop some bumblebee-colored balls into a honey hive.
And be comfortable with the line that's going to form behind you of 6-year-olds that you should just ignore. Just ignore them. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have pro strats.
Get a chance sometime.
That's great. I forgot all about that. We would just be like hovering around Buzzy Buzzy Bee, waiting for the kids to be done with it. We weren't creepy.
Not a good look.
At all. No, not a good look. We also had the Game Olympics at Pinballs, which you made like a gold chain with like a statue on it.
Yeah, so I bought a generic like Sega controller, not from Sega,
that's right.
but just like and then spray painted that, and like the biggest chain I could find at Lowe's gold.
It was very heavy. It was a hefty prize.
I'm sure you're sad you missed out on this, because the thing I did not do is do any pre-treat on that metal at all. So it was just metal with spray paint, but then as soon as you moved it even a little bit, like the paint was constantly flaking off.
All of it, yeah.
So you couldn't really wear it, because then you would just have gold paint all over yourself.
Nice.
So
before the gold chain, we had a competition with whoever won out of the Olympics of that time. We would give our tickets to them, and they would get whatever prizes. Oh. So we did that first, and then we moved on to the gold chain with generic Sega controller, which I still appreciate, even if I have like some kind of cancer from it. I still appreciate it.
It's the thought that counts.
It's the thought.
Also, that was a point where we were really abusing the Austin, Texas BYOB laws.
Oh, yeah.
And just showing up with coolers in the parking lot of like incredibly strong mixed drinks.
At like 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, good times. Good times. Well, we could catch it up all day if we could. But we're here to talk about the best mini games in Fall Guys. My personal favorite game right now. I'm just obsessed with it. So we're talking the mini games specifically. We originally thought maybe our favorite battle royales, but that's too easy. I feel like, because there's not very many. So Nathan came up with the idea of focusing on the mini games from Fall Guys, and I think it's great. So number 3, who would like to? Alex, you're gonna go first.
Yeah,
you get to tell us your number 3, your third favorite mini game.
So basically the mini games break down for me of either like I feel okay when I see it come up, or I'm like so mad that it came up. And this is like this is one that I feel okay with, I'm comfortable with, I know how to do, but I love it theoretically more than I love it actually. and that's Dizzy Heights,
Okay.
which is the one with the spinning turntables, I think, right?
Yeah.
So it's great because, especially like in an early first 2 rounds, it still feels like people haven't figured out how to do it for the most part. So it's just a really safe game to like get you through that first round.
Yeah.
The way to do it, if you're listening, is you look at which way the thing is turning, and then you jump on the ones that get you where you need to go fast.
Just follow the circle.
It's really straightforward.
It's super easy, yeah.
But for some reason, half of the crowd has no concept of that.
I love seeing them running against it, like they're trying to keep...
Just turn around. It's a circle.
Literally.
Just stop even. If you stop, you will get there faster.
Right.
So that's my number 3. Super chill. That's also... Is that also the one where they're the 2 up ramp? No, that's Whirligig. It's a different thing. We'll talk about it later. I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right. Dizzy Heights.
Great. Are you
That's my
going
number
next,
3.
Nathan, or you want me to go next?
Sure, I'll go.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Mine is one that really I love to hate. It's my nemesis because I failed at it so many times. But when you complete it, it just is a thing of joy. Also, it reminds me of the aggro crag from Guts. It's Fall Mountain.
Oh.
The finale sometimes. Yeah, I really hate this one because I didn't understand that you need to grab the crown in order to win. You have to press R2 in order to grab it. And I've really, that's really bit me a few times. And that's upsetting. But I played the other day and I got that concept and I nailed it and I got the crown. And that was satisfying. So because it reminds me of the aggro crag and because it's extremely satisfying when you win, Fall Mountain, number 3.
Nice. That's the designer's favorite as well. That's their favorite like designed level. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
From beginning to end, yeah.
Have you talked in the podcast about how many wins you have?
We haven't, no.
Okay. So
let's save that for Fall Guys.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, I want to talk about that.
Okay, great.
Definitely. My number 3, and I thought the way you're talking about it, Nathan, this was going to be your number 3, but I'm glad it wasn't. I like different lists. Now, my number 3, I hated it for so long until I finally beat it, and I beat it a few more times, and I felt pretty good about it. Slime Climb.
Mm-hmm.
I am just a fan of figuring that one out. I hate those parts where the parts where the things are pushing you off that's the side. Like the moving platform, what do you call those? It doesn't move from underneath you, but it pushes you off. It doesn't matter. I hate them.
Pushers, yeah, we get
the
it.
pushers, yeah. And I have died in that way more than I've won, but I don't know. I like it. That's the S&M side of me. Anyway, number 2, Alex, go for it.
All right. So another really traditional. You can tell about how good I am because most of mine are very early in the Fall Guys progression. But I feel like there are 2 games that are similar enough that I don't know that they both need to be in it. But my favorite of those 2 is Gate Crash. Specifically, the thing I like about Gate Crash is the last. There's like a downward slime covered ramp that goes into 3 different doors. And that is like the most satisfying thing for me to pull off is just like a well-timed slide mountain into either just opening or just closing gate. And it's one I have figured out. So Gate Crash is my number 2.
That's a good one. I've also come to appreciate that last slide.
Yeah.
So if you can get that timing perfect, it just feels badass.
And the thing I like about Gate Crash is that it's not the randomness of DoorDash isn't in there. So you can really just like if you're paying attention.
Yeah. It's the timing. It's the timing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's all about your placement and where you are in like the lineup.
Takes out, as a pro streamer, it takes out some of the RNG of the process. You know,
It's
all skill strats.
Sure, for sure. Nathan, number 2.
My number 2 is Alex's number 3 is Dizzy Heights. I really enjoy this map just because I'm good at it. Not to toot my own horn. But you're right. It's just you just look at the way the things turn and you just jump that way. I don't understand why people like fall on that map or on that game. But yeah, Dizzy Heights, number 2.
Awesome. That is a good one. That is a good one. All right, number two. My number two. This is one that I don't get as often as I wish, and when I'm doing poorly at it, I want to throw my controller across the room. But Fruit Shoot. I'm a fan of Fruit Shoot. If you can get in a good spot where all the fruit is just missing you that whole time, and you could dodge those damn blueberries at the end, it's a very satisfying experience, in this man's opinion.
I hate. I think I've only won that game like once, maybe.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's the worst. Like it's the fruit is so big, it's almost impossible to dodge, in my opinion. Like it's just luck, if you ask me. But
it takes some
whatever.
skill, man. Try, just try. Get good.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just kidding. Well, do you also hate it, Alex? I see some apprehensive looks.
That is the game that makes me feel most helpless. Because like if you start, I feel like as soon as you get hit by that first fruit,
Done.
Especially if you're like not all the way off, if you haven't fallen off yet, but you're in that like last maybe 10% of the treadmill where you can like feel the back of it like right behind you.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it's like impossible to build enough speed to get out of there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But I also just am not going to give up and let myself fall off. So I'm like trying to dodge a banana. Like it's it's one I know I'm going to lose, but the game still has 30 seconds left and I just have to work through it.
Yeah, it's like that hopeless.
I also enjoy. Go ahead.
I would say it's like that hopeless feeling of you don't want to fall because you don't want to get disqualified, but you're not gonna make it up that ramp.
No chance.
No way.
I also enjoy the random logs that just go through the middle. Not fruit at all.
No, I think those are like are they Slim Jims or like beef?
Are they beef jerky?
I thought they were pretzel rods.
Oh, pretzel rods. I like all of those theories.
None of those are fruit.
The random,
we have thrown no fruit out.
No fruit looks like that.
No, not at all. All right, you're number one.
Okay,
AJB.
This is, I think, my most controversial Fall Guy stance. You guys played a little game called Rock and Roll?
Yes.
I picked a team game. It's the one where each team has a ball and you're separated and then you have to roll it down. And that is just the most satisfying feeling game for me. So like it's got the progress indicators or percentages, so you can always tell exactly where you are. You don't really go back a ton. So like it really is, if somebody's at 85%, you better hustle. And then there's the really interesting strategy that's developed of people who the first thing they do is run past the end of their lane and then come back up yours.
The worst.
Play defense. It's so good. And then also there are with those little road bumps, you can do like you guys both play Rocket League, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so again, this is not the exact Rocket League game, but it does let you do like the jump dive maneuver to try to get like I love that stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
And when you get to that moment where it's like you feel like you have a clear path and then you're just trying to push the ball down that last hill, that's just a really satisfying like, hey, we're gonna get this.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that Fall Guys will pair you with people in your party for those team games.
Yeah.
It's probably the only way to do it.
That's the best way.
It feels really good.
That's my favorite team game, for sure. I love that game.
But you're not putting a team game
same.
number one on your list of Fall Guy mini games.
You're right. I am
That's
not.
bonkers.
I love it. I love it all the same. That's a great mini game.
Yeah, I agree. I will say I've never seen the defense strategy pulled off before.
Where they stop the ball from going?
Yeah, I've never seen
Really?
that work. Never.
I've had it be turned around on me a few times.
Really?
Yeah, our team would get like straight up there and then like one yellow and one blue when we're red, just like waiting for us. And them alone stopped us from getting it in there.
Wow.
It works, again, pro tips. It works especially well on either of the teams that are on the outside. Because if you can get the ball when it stops, for those teams, you can just shove it into a corner, and then they're really stuck. If you can keep that ball in either one of those. It's harder to do with the middle one, but
yeah, that's
Fair.
true. That's true.
Fair. All right. Well, my number one, I think this is controversial. I really had an internal battle with this going into this. While I was building my list, but my number one is Slime Climb. Oh, it is the worst in that, like, it is the most challenging, I feel like. But, man, there is nothing more satisfying in Fall Guys than pulling off a slime climb run, in my opinion.
That's pretty great.
It's just great. And that's why it's my number one, because of how hard it is, and because when you pull it off, it's a great feeling. I was in one game of slime climb where we went in with 42 people and came out with 6.
Yeah. Oh, well,
That was fun.
That's always a good time. I am somebody who has a firm stance against frustration in video games because I just want to enjoy myself. And I don't really get frustrated with Fall Guys, but I will say with frustrating video games, when you're able to actually beat it and accomplish it, it makes you appreciate it in a new light.
Yeah.
That's why I like Slime Climb.
Yep.
All right. Alex does not agree, and that's fine. We're here to disagree.
Yeah, fine.
It's the marketplace of ideas.
I get it. I understand why.
All right. I mean, I used to hate it too.
Same. So did I.
Okay, my number one, and I originally was going to do a tie, but I've decided against it. My number one is the Whirligig. Also,
Let's go.
So I almost put Whirligig and Dizzy Heights, and I decided since you both had it on yours, let's just get rid of it. My favorite version of this game is the obstacle course. I kind of wish the whole game was just obstacle courses. I understand variety, blah, 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 but I have the most fun. And I include Gate Crash, and I include, Slime Climb, and the other Gate Crasher, whatever, DoorDash. I include those in the obstacle course arena. So I don't know. I think Whirligig works in the same way as Dizzy Heights, is that you really have to know how to do it. Mm-hmm. And the chaos that it can cause is hilarious. Yeah. Because you have to be running at the pole coming at you and jump over it. Don't run against it and try to get that timing. Just watch it coming at you. Yeah. Jump over it, and you're going to get there way faster. But also when it just nails 50 people and throws them everywhere, that's such a joyous experience. I love watching that, and I get so many laughs. So that's why the Whirligig is my number one.
Can we talk about the windmills now, or do you want to talk about the windmills later?
Oh, yeah. No, let's talk about them. They're in Whirligig.
Can you get through the second windmill?
The one in the middle?
Yeah. So there's the first one that's easy.
Yeah, right.
But then there's that other one that I don't even know is possible.
Yeah.
And then the last jump, I think, is the worst jump in the game.
Oh,
and it's not difficult with the really slow one.
Yeah.
It's just you get antsy. Yeah. You get antsy, and then you're like, well.
Sometimes I don't know if you've had this. People stand there and try to block you.
Oh yeah.
That's the
definitely had that. That game mode has taught me patience because I just sit there and wait on that big one. Just jump and jump. Let all these fools jump up there as long as there's not too many going.
Some of the really joyous things about that one are when you do get hit by the spinners, and it knocks you to a checkpoint that you weren't even near. And you're all of a sudden in from last to first. That's great.
Yeah.
I've also seen people use the spinners strategically to hit them into the next part of the map. It's impressive. Yeah.
I like that first windmill, how it can just throw you over the fence if it catches you the right way.
Yeah.
You don't even have to dodge it. It can just throw you up over it. If you get close enough.
Do you guys know about the hang thing on those? So you come up the thing, there's yellow steps that you're supposed to jump on.
Uh-huh.
And then you can just skip those and then just jump straight up on the ledge. That was
expanded your mind.
Yeah. Galaxy Brain.
Galaxy Brain. Awesome. Yeah, a Fall Guys, great game. And we're going to talk about that more in just a moment. Game of the week. That's where we're at. And we're not really talking about one game of the week this week with Alex Jonathan Brown as our guest. We're talking about a new phenomena. Well, I guess it's a few years old at this point. Newish. Battle Royales. First being PlayUnknown's Battlegrounds. Developed and published by PUBG Corporation in March 2017. This one, and many of the others, is a player versus player shooter where 100 start and one, or a team of people, will come out on top. A storm circles the map and over time pushes everyone into a confined spot until someone wins. And sometimes in some of the games, the storm just overtakes everything, and whoever dies last is the winner. So, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. What are our thoughts? What are our feelings? Did we jump into this game when it first came out? Did you play it when it first came out, Alex?
I did not. So when it first came out, it was PC only for what felt like a really long time.
Yeah.
And I did not have a gaming PC at that point. And then I think I've only maybe played 1 or 2 rounds of it, honestly, because I think by the time it came to Xbox, Fortnite was already out everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I was going for that fix.
Yeah.
There's a lot I like about PUBG. But if I think y'all have more hands-on experience, so I'll just pepper my stuff in and let you.
Actually, no.
Okay, great.
I played it for the first time yesterday.
Same. We both did.
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh, yeah. That was the first time. I didn't realize.
Well,
it was also
I
your
will
first time.
say I played this back. So this game actually originated as a mod for Arma 2, which was also had DayZ as a mod of it. And it was just some dude. PlayerUnknown is just a guy.
Yeah.
That's his online alias, I guess. So I played it for back when it was that. But this Arma 2 was a game that was like a military, like real strategy game, kind of. Like it was real military combat, kind of. So one of the things that confused me about that game was like everything's real life. And that's what confuses me about the game now. Like everything's so, I don't know what these guns are or what these attachments are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
You have to have some kind of
least-
previous knowledge.
Yeah. So I think that's what's kind of confusing about it to me. It's just a little too like real world, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the size of the maps is really cool. Like that concept, like they're huge. They're gigantic, and they have multiple. Whereas, like a Fortnite only has the one. I mean, they do change it quite often, but it's just one map. It doesn't change. There's no random choosing. But I like the size. However, like when you're looking at the map, it's hard to read everything. Like I feel like battle royales have come a long way from PUBG because like it's just hard. It's hard to read the goddamn map, and that's like 101.
Yeah. Also, like I feel like everything's so spread out in that game. Like the houses where the loot is, like unless you're in like one of the bigger city places, it takes you forever.
And there's no vehicles.
Yeah, I think there are, but they're so rare.
I mean, there are vehicles. I mean, they're like all spread out. They're too spread out.
Yeah.
Like I didn't find one when we were playing yesterday. You found a motorcycle. I didn't find any.
Yeah, that was the
I
only
never
one
found
I
any.
found.
Yeah.
You did see 2 that other players were in, but
right, they drove past me.
Yeah, we didn't find any.
No, it's so barren.
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't hate the controls.
No, they were okay. I like that you can switch between first and third too.
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
And that was added later, right?
Oh, really?
I think it was
it
was third person initially just to start.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's I think it's a good starting point, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this game I really think started what like the creator based his mod off of the movie Battle Royale. That was literally his idea. It stuck to that concept. So yeah, this is kind of what started the whole Battle Royale idea. This whole concept of this new whatever you want to call this thing.
Yeah.
Subgenre, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch any of the Awful Squad stuff that Polygon did kind of as the game was coming out?
No.
So basically they were doing weekly streams called Awful Squad, and it was like usually 3 or 4 members of their team. And I think the thing that PUBG did that was really interesting is, and Awful Squad kind of specifically, but brought forward this idea of this is a game type that is hard, that you should not expect to win.
Yeah.
Find your own fun in that, right?
Yeah, right.
Because if it's going to be true with all these games we talk about. Like if 100 people are in it and it's, let's say, solos, like 99 people are not going to win. With quads, like, a full a huge percentage are not going to win. And I think the thing that's interesting about all these games is figuring out, okay, so then why, like, what's the fun?
What's the point
besides winning? Like, where do you find the fun in that grind? Right.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, that was a video series where they were like, if you guys found a motorcycle, like they spent a full day trying to backflip a motorcycle. And you then don't worry about whether or not you're getting killed,
right?
If you're gonna backflip a motorcycle. So that kind of emergent gameplay, I think, is really interesting. One thing that PUBG does that I haven't seen a lot of other games do, again from like a streaming standpoint, is especially early on, a lot of streamers were using PUBG to set up. You could do custom games really easy. So like, 99 people from my chat come and we all just play a game just without randos, essentially. Which was interesting because they would then they would make up their own game modes. So it would be, okay, so the Alpha Squad has guns, but nobody else can use anything other than a pistol. But then the other 96 people are trying to kill these 4 people, right? Which then kind of became the zombie mode that got added into the game.
I really wanted to try that before this, and they don't let you do multiplayer. Like, you don't let you have a party. It's just single. You have to be alone. Yeah. We tried to join it before yesterday. I mean, yesterday when we played. Yeah, it sucked. I don't know. I'm interested to try that though.
Is that in zombie mode or in the whole game?
In zombie mode.
Zombie mode.
Yeah. Like it's like they have a few modes that are just customizable.
Yeah.
And that's one of them. Yeah, I would really want to try that. Okay, well, that brings us to the next one in the Battle Royale pantheon. Fortnite. This is truly a phenomenon.
Yeah, this game changed the world.
Developed and published by Epic Games in July 2017, and it was only a mere months after PUBG.
What's weird is this Fortnite, it wasn't a battle royal. It was a completely different game.
Right.
And then they released the battle royal, like you said, right after PUBG came out. And actually, they sued Epic over it.
I remember that.
But they dropped the lawsuit, I guess. But yeah, there was a lot of controversy about that. But yeah, this game has really just changed the way that games are played, I feel like.
And developed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have some thoughts on Fortnite, Alex? In particular.
So, again, when it came out, I didn't have a gaming PC. It wasn't. PUBG wasn't out on Xbox yet, so this was like, all right, this is a battle royale that plays on a system I have. This is where I'm gonna try to figure out what this genre is about, right?
Yeah.
I think Fortnite did a couple things that are really interesting for the genre. Thankfully, nobody else picked up on building because building is trash and ruins the game.
I could not agree with you more.
Get it out of here. And even now when I jump into Fortnite, I'm like, the shooting mechanic in this for a third person especially, like, I really enjoy. Let me see numbers go up. Love it. Let me see colors change when I shoot things. Perfect. But building has become such a big part of that meta that I don't even try. Like, I don't know. Especially on a controller, like, a million thumbs down.
I like building in that I can get out of situations or climb mountains or go over hard things or break down buildings. I enjoy those things. But with fighting with building, I'm terrible at it. So I just had to figure out a way to break through the building and destroy them. Mm-hmm. So I just, I hold on to a shotgun. I got grenades, whatever grenades I can get. And then a good AR, you blow the hell out of them. And then, well, don't do that. Blow them up. And then shoot the hell out of them. That's how I've won a lot of my games. Is that I hide the whole match, and then when it's down to just a few squads, that's when I reveal myself. I aim for their buildings and destroy them, and hopefully they fall, and I just shoot them in the head.
I was gonna say I can't. The building concept I just can't get into. Even to get out of situations, I'm just like it changes the way that you play games, in my opinion. I've never played for a third-person shooter that way. I've never had to think about that concept. So it's hard for me to grasp, and I don't understand the controls of it, especially like Alex, like you said, playing on an Xbox controller is just too much. It's too much.
How often do you guys play this game? Let me ask. How often do you play?
Not often.
The first 3 seasons of that game, like it was my game. Like,
yeah. Okay.
Listen. Did I have a John Wick skin that I earned? Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
dude, I've got a few skins. Some of which I've bought like an idiot.
Oh, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got my 1 win in Fortnite in solos. It felt great, and then just kind of fell off pretty quick. But
Yeah, that was it. That was the top of your mountain.
I got 1. I did it.
Plateaued.
Beat the game.
Yeah,
the point,
beat
right?
the game.
You win once.
What I love about Fortnite is how they work to make it interesting all the time.
Yeah.
They're always making changes. They're always like the way the seasons end with like kaiju battles or like fucking Star Wars
That's
like
amazing.
events. Like I think so. If you're not hot on the building, I get it. Whatever, fine. A lot of kids are good at building though, and they love this fucking game.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it.
Yeah, if I come
I don't
across
have
a
time to learn
player,
that.
if I come across a player that's like building stairs, I'm like, well, this guy's gonna kill me. I'm done.
That's great. But yeah, I love how they're always changing it, always making it interesting. And I like that they have tie-ins with movies. Like I didn't want to watch a Chris Nolan movie inside of a goddamn video game. But it's
weird.
cool that they did it.
Yeah.
It's cool that they had that.
I guess
people want to do it.
Kids are eating it up. They love it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't fault them for doing it. It's not for me, but it's changing the way that people play video games. I wouldn't consider that playing a game, but
What?
I guess it is.
Building?
Like going in and watching Inception in Fortnite.
Or
or
Marshmallow
even, like,
concert.
Or
Yeah,
Marshmallow,
or
Uncle
any
Cracker.
of these events, but I won't disagree that they're cool.
Right. It's just a fun idea, and I think it keeps people playing it. I mean, I still play it. I love that game. To be honest. Like, I just like to smoke a J, relax, and just play. Like what you were saying earlier, you really have to find what you enjoy about those kinds of games because it's really hard to win.
Yeah.
So I just like fucking chilling in the game. I mean, like I said, I hide a lot in Fortnite, so I just find a good spot, hopefully where the circle's going to circle, like it shrinks around that spot, and I just wait it out or, whatever else. Get some good weapons.
Well, one of the great things about not only Fortnite, but all battle royals is that they're quick. You don't have the time to get frustrated.
Yeah.
Start a new match and you're pretty much right where you left off in the last match. You have no gear and you just died. So whatever.
Some people hate that you don't have progression in these kind of games with like guns, but I love it. I love that you start over blank slate.
So do I. I
think it's a different. If you don't like it, play a different game. God damn it.
There are 2 things about Fortnite that I think are super important for the rest of this conversation. Mm-hmm. Especially if we're thinking of when Fortnite came out as being PUBG and Fortnite as kind of your 2 different flavors.
Yeah.
Fortnite, free to play, which introduced really the whole
model.
The whole model. It kind of took it out of mobile gaming where everybody hated it and was mad about it. And just said, this game is big enough. It's the default now. And we'll see that with Warzone. And the second thing, the battle pass concept, that like we've got a season. And if you're having trouble figuring out what's fun about this for you, like open chests at Tilted Towers.
Here's a list of tasks.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's that. Where Nathan, like you were saying, it's quick. Like just go in, open it, and die, and like that's a positive experience.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get
That's
killed.
a battle point.
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
And I think that Fortnite has done an amazing job keeping the game interesting because you're right. It is. What is the point? You go in there and you die. Your odds of winning aren't great unless you're really good. So I think they've done an amazing job of having all these tie-ins, adding a progression system, even if it isn't giving you any kind of advantage. It's still cool. I want that Wolverine skin. I'm not going to lie. I want it. So it's amazing that they've done that. And Alex, like you said, this game is free. If
Yeah.
you don't have to spend money to get any of these things. You just have to spend a lot of time, which, we all have nowadays. So what else are you doing?
Yeah, I love it being free because of accessibility. Excuse me,
Yeah.
the accessibility for everybody. I wish for that for more games. If there was a way to do that more realistically, without tons of loot boxes. I'm tired of loot boxes, but I love that
Overwatch.
all of the kids are able to play this
Rocket
game.
League.
It's not just the rich kids or whatever, whoever's parents can afford it.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone can play it, and you're all starting at the same point every time. It's not you don't buying the better gun or anything. It's just skins for the most part.
Alex, to your point, another thing that I think needs to be talked about with Fortnite, one of the first games to introduce crossplay. Not only the accessibility of being able to play on literally any device that you have in your house, but being able to play with any of your friends that may not have that same device. Genius.
That's great. That's great.
Genius concept.
Absolutely.
And I am as much of a Sony fanboy as anyone. I have both right now, but I won't have both next gen. But Sony's really screwed this up, the crossplay thing, and it's been great to see Epic get in there and be like, we're gonna do it. So can we all just be okay with it? But then to see Epic try to throw their weight around against Apple with that accessibility thing and not have it work great so far.
No.
Because right now, if you don't have Fortnite for your phone, you cannot get Fortnite for your phone.
Right.
Nope.
Which,
And actually now the new season's introduced, you can't get it at all.
Yeah,
you can't
exactly.
play it on your mobile device at all.
And you're stuck playing against other people who don't. Even if you have an old build, you're stuck playing against people who are in the old build still.
Yeah.
So it's starting to fall apart, but those are really big ideas that have changed gaming.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys have played it since this whole debacle started, but they have, when you quit out of a game, they have a weird video that plays where it's 1984, the lady's running at a big screen that has an apple literally talking, chanting to a crowd of hypnotized sheeple. It's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was cringing the whole time. Really?
Read the room, Epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is hashtag free Fortnite the cause you want us picking
really?
up right now?
Yeah, I know, right?
Because I got some other things on my plate.
Yeah.
One last thing I want to talk about with Fortnite, because I feel like we could talk about this game forever, because I do enjoy it. The skins. You said you have a John Wick skin. Is that your is that your go-to? Is that your standard? Is that what you have equipped right now?
I have not honestly played in a while. I do. Cool. It's just good. Yeah. I like it. I don't have to think about it.
Love seeing a bunch of John Wicks running around. It's great. Great cross promotion. I think at first it was originally just a nameless assassin, and then they were like, no, that's not Keanu Reeves. I like Fortnite, but goddamn, do they rip a lot of people off? All those dances.
Yeah.
Stop stealing dances from black kids.
From black kids, yeah. Awful. But let's go back to skins. My favorite skin, and it's the first time I ever felt compelled to actually buy something for Fortnite. I bought the season pass for the skin, but it's Meowscles. I don't know if you guys seen this, but it's literally a buff kitty cat in a pair of jeans and boots, and he's got guns and holsters on his hips. He's pretty. He's an alpha. I'll tell you that. But I just enjoy him. He comes with a couple dances. I just think he's hilarious, and that's my favorite skin. You have a favorite skin, Nathan?
I do. I'm going to be honest. I really could not get into Fortnite when it launched. But like I said, the building concept just really threw me off, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not playing this game anymore. It's not for me. So I really didn't play it until this newest season. The Marvel tie-in really got me. And I think a few of the first seasons, they didn't do the tie-ins or even the updates didn't have a lot of these big events. But I'm really excited about the Galactus event that's going to happen. Yeah. He's flying through the sky right now. He's coming to Fortnite planet. I don't know where we live, where this is taking place, but I'm really excited. And this new season is really getting me into the game. So right now I have my Thor skin equipped.
Thor skin.
Playing as Thor.
Oh, that's fucking funny. All right.
Thor skin.
I've got a Thor skin. Well, I do not, friend. Let's see here. After Fortnite, we've got Apex Legends, developed by Respawn Entertainment and published by Entertainment Arts in February 2019. Just last year, this game hit. I know I've got a pro Apex player here with us today, down below. Oh yeah, I don't know where he's gonna be.
Everybody's
yeah, I know it's gonna be different
places.
I wouldn't consider myself a pro at all, but I do love this game and I play it every day.
I feel it's fitting you start this conversation.
Yeah, this game is great. This game really, I love the battle royale concept, and that's one of the things I did like about Fortnite. One of the things I hated about Fortnite is that everyone was better than me. And I just didn't want to put the time in to learn the building aspects. But Apex 1, I love Titanfall. Loved that game. So Apex had controls that I was familiar with. The first-person shooter concept, that game hasn't changed anything about it. So I understood all of that. One of the greatest things, in my opinion, about Fortnite is the class system. Being able to select different characters that have their own, in my opinion, they really took the Overwatch algorithm, theory, method, whatever, and really made that their own and created these unique, interesting characters that they're starting to create backstories for that have their own unique powers that all complement each other if you have a good team. There's really nothing that I don't like about this game. The controls are great. The characters are great. The gameplay is great. The updates are great. It's all great in my opinion.
Nice. Alex, have you played this one a lot? I know you said you just played it again.
I don't want to flex. It's another game where I have one win.
Nice.
You just got to get one. I beat it, like I said. I think it's positioned itself in a really interesting place, I think. So it's got the sort of finicky, here's an attachment for this gun. You can pick up just a scope, right? Which you can't really do in Fortnite. You can't really do in Warzone. And some stuff works for different guns. Some stuff doesn't, right? So there's that. Love that about it. My favorite thing that Apex did was the 3 people jump out of a plane at the same time, and one person can control all 3 people. So unless somebody screws up, everybody's going to land at the same spot, or in the same vicinity. I love that. Like Nathan said, I love the way the characters can interact. Do you have a favorite character, Nathan?
I do. Revenant. I'm a Revenant main myself.
Okay. I fell out kind of after Mirage and Octane hit.
Okay.
So I was a big fan of Mirage. I love that Octane has there's some representation with the Octane character that you don't see all the time in games. Which is really nice. And really across those characters, it's
definitely
a bunch of different bodies, bunch of different races, etc.
Yeah.
And yeah, that to me has been the most that that a battle royale has felt like a game that I want to play as a battle royale. Warzone's up there too, but I also those rounds especially, I hopped in and I did play some of this yesterday. Apex feels really fast from a round standpoint, at least now. Mm-hmm. It's getting to the point where, at least for me, lobbies are a little slow to load compared to some other stuff. But, with teams of 3 and is that 60 people at a time? So it's just 20 teams. It goes super quick.
Yeah.
Easy to hop in and out of. So 2000.
Absolutely.
Oh, and
absolutely.
I'll be the person who focuses on what they brought to the genre.
Yes.
Reviving your teammates.
Yes.
Really just came in Apex.
That was a great addition.
Literally changed the whole experience.
Yeah.
Because in
Fortnite did it immediately.
PUBG,
no, they didn't.
Right. You have to.
Yeah.
Because it's so you jump out of the plane, you get capped before you have a gun. And if your 2 teammates are alive, you're sitting there for 20 minutes. Yeah. Whereas with that, at least you're you're pinging the take me to the revive station button.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was huge, and I
And
think made it way
Fortnite
more
adopted
interesting.
that
Yeah.
and added that to their game based on that.
Yep.
Apex. I could not agree more. That's a great addition.
It is a great addition. Great addition to the whole concept. I don't have much to add. This one didn't click with me as some others have, but I do enjoy playing it from time to time. And that's it.
Oh, and this is very Titanfall, I think. But the verticality of the I don't even know what they're called. The long things that you can like zip line up and then
That's
essentially
cool.
redeploy out of a little bit. Also added a thing to that's really interesting, and not a ton of other games have, I think, directly copied.
That's true.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Apex. Check. Next on the list, we got 2 more games left. Call of Duty Warzone. Developed by Infinity Ward and Raven Software and published by Activision in March 2020 of this year. Another game I don't have as much experience with. I just played it 2-3 weeks ago for the first time, but I think it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I love the death concept in this game where you can fight your way back. You don't just die. You can actually come back, and you can also respawn after a set amount of time, which is nice. I think they took the PUBG model and made it way better. Like, I think they took those concepts and really made it their own, and it's better for it. Like, the vehicles, they're everywhere. The first time I ever played this game, I like in Fortnite, I could like take my time. I'm looking for things, but in Call of Duty, if I'm like looking for a place to land, someone's already landed and got a helicopter. I need to get the fuck out of the sky. Yeah. I got chopped up with the propellers right away. And then I got taken to the gulag, that's such a cool experience. I love the concept. Alex, it sounds like you're a big fan of this game.
Yeah. So let's Warzone has a benefit that none of these other games have, which is it's really the second one. Because the same team for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 tried a battle royale, which was not as good as Warzone. I played it a lot. I didn't like it as much. So they kind of had a chance to reset and like bring a more polished version, like as the start of their game. Yeah. Again, we talked the Gulag, which I like a lot. I don't know and y'all let me know if you've played any other games that do this, but Warzone has the contract system. So unlike a battle pass challenge, it's just a challenge that pops up in the middle of your game. So either you go to these different locations and get like cases essentially, or you hunt certain players in the game, or certain players hunt you.
Yes, yeah, I remember that.
Which was really interesting because, especially early on, like these metas would pop up around those cases. So like when my brother and I and our friend Isaac played, we would always go find a scavenger mission first. We would land there out of the plane because it gives you 3 like chests that you know where they are. And then at the end, initially you would get a gas mask, and now you get like an armor satchel. And so when the game launched, we felt like we can curse here, right? We curse?
Absolutely.
Okay. We felt like we were hot shit because we had this plan that always worked. And then everybody else started doing that plan. Not at all saying that we invented it, but it caught on. So then that didn't work because every time you tried to land on one of those, there were 6 other parties there, right? Yeah. So watching the meta shift around those has been really interesting. Where I feel like in Fortnite, you would see a little of that if there was a mission for, like I said, open a case at Tilted Towers. When that launched, you'd get even more drops at Tilted.
Tilted was a nightmare.
But watching how the Call of Duty people can shift the way the game plays through that has been really interesting. And I'm the opposite of Nathan in that I do kind of want a game that has like real guns, because I don't like being scared. So like, listen, at some point this is going to happen. They're going to put out a battle royale. It's going to seem normal. And then 6 months into the game, you're going to log in and they're going to be giant spiders, and I'm going to throw my computer out the window. So like I really just want like let me shoot a person. And again, Call of Duty is great for that. I think what'll be interesting is they do a lot of meta story stuff as well. So there's this current ongoing drama around a nuke in Warzone. And it's not fully unlocked yet, but now you can see it. But to see it, you have to answer phones and then go all around the map. And it's just like it's bonkers. And it's just a different way to push the game. And they're doing it that way. To talk a little more about the Black Ops 4 one, like there was a cemetery in the Black Ops 4 map that would occasionally have zombies in it. And for me, that was like, nah, not interested.
That sounds amazing.
It was like, it was really interesting from a gameplay standpoint because the zombies can kill you, but if you're shooting zombies, you're shooting. So people can hear you, right? So really interesting, just not my thing. But yeah, I'll be interested to see where they push this moving forward and when they give up on it. Because Call of Duty isn't a game that needs Battle Royale in the same way that like Fortnite without Battle Royale is nothing at this point. No. So I think when we see Call of Duty stop including Battle Royale modes, that's kind of a good canary in the coal mine for when this fad might be on its way out. But for now, still good.
Nathan, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think a Call of Duty has another good thing going for it in that it has years of. I mean, Warzone is Call of Duty. It's not. They didn't change their mechanic system here. It's Call of Duty. So I think that they have that going for it in that. Right, Fortnite was even though it was a game that wasn't a battle royal, not a lot of people played that game before the battle royal mode launched, and it was free to play. So a lot of people have been playing Call of Duty for years, though. So I think it had that going for it. Two, I think another thing kind of, I don't know if you would call this meta or not, but within the game, one of the things I love about the map, and I think it is an advantage to people who play Call of Duty and who have been playing Call of Duty for a while, is the Warzone map is made up of all of their multiplayer maps across all of the generations of Call of Duty. That is genius, in my opinion. It also, I think, hurts new players coming to the series because they don't have that experience that other players may have had when they played it in their past games. But to build a Warzone map off of their Warzone map off of that, in my opinion, was genius. But I will agree with you in that this game is a lot of fun. I like the real world concept of this game, but I think that I don't mind it because I have been playing Call of Duty for a long time. Right. So it works for me. But yeah, I don't have really anything bad to say about this game. The one thing that I think that kind of annoys me about this game, because I'm not good at it, is you have to be good at sniping in Warzone. If you're not, you're just gonna die at some point. Because that game, the map is gigantic for one, which I also love.
Love it.
But there are so many high points in that map to snipe people from, and your visibility is you can see forever with a good sniper scope in that game. And I also love that it's 100 players. One of the things that I think Apex has going for it, and I think Fortnite has going for it, is there's always at least one place you can go, or a few places you can go where not many people are going to be. Call of Duty doesn't have that. You can look at the map and be like, this is huge. I'm going to find a place where no one's going to be. Not the case. There's always someone, at least somewhere near you. It's hard to find a place where someone's not going to be in that game. So.
Yeah, I love the map. I am very excited to keep playing this game. I actually really enjoyed. I played it for a few hours the first time, and I really enjoyed it.
I got one more thing.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see who picks up on this idea too. But Warzone gives you the ability to call in loadouts, which basically means if you do the work to level up either through playing Warzone or through playing their multiplayer, which is not free to play, which is good business. You can then set up I want this gun, I want this gun, I want this perk. And then you can call it in during the game. Oh, wow. So if you have a favorite gun, you can say I'm going to spend $10,000 or whatever. and you're gonna drop me my guns, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Which is also really good because Nathan, because of what you said, because there are so many people, looting late game in Warzone is a real problem.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to run into a place where people haven't been. So really, if you don't have the guns you want headed into late game, you got to kill people to get them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it just changes. It's much more high pressure than I think. Whereas PUBG, from everything I've seen, is hide in a corner and be scared if you want to.
Yeah.
Like, that's an option. Also, hide in a bush in Fortnite.
Yep.
Really hard to do that in Call of Duty. Call of Duty also has some dope kill streak stuff that nobody else is doing. You call in airstrikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Radar.
I think that's one of the things I think that Call of Duty has against other games too, is that like Apex, for example, everyone's on the same level throughout the entire game unless you happen to find like a loot or a loot crate or something like that falls from the sky. If in Call of Duty, if all you need to do is get that money, you don't even have to get guns. You can just get that money, get a loadout, and if you happen to be have the actual game and playing the multiplayer in that game, you can get the best gun in the game with all the attachments, and you have a significant advantage going into the rest of the Warzone match that probably 50% of the other people in the match don't have.
Yeah, you can get the best guns and like a heartbeat sensor, which then does mean you can go hang out in a house because anybody within 75 feet of you can see them coming.
Yep.
It's really good.
And if all your teammates have that, just
unstoppable. Unstoppable.
If they want to make Warzone better, add, which I think maybe PUBG has, get rid of the ability to have private voice chats and make it so your voice chat comes out in the game. So you can talk to your people when you're around them, or have it be over like comms in the game. But that hiding in the house thing where, if you're talking, somebody below can hear you, that would add, it's a whole new level. That one's free. That one's
always
free,
fun.
Call of Duty.
Always fun. All right, Call of Duty. Another one bites the dust. Checked off the list. Last but not least, Fall Guys, Ultimate Knockout. Developed by Mediatonic and published by Devolver Digital in August of 2020, literally this month. Well, it's going to be September by the time you hear this, so. Last month. It's a collection of mini games inspired by Takeshi's Castle and Total Wipeout. Yeah, pretty dope. Pretty dope. Completely different from all of the other Battle Royale games, and I think it's brilliant for that.
Genius.
The developers said they couldn't believe that this idea hadn't already been done, and hey, I'm happy that they're the ones that did it.
Yeah, you would think Nintendo would have jumped all over this idea. This is right up their alley.
This feels like a Nintendo, It feels like a Nintendo game.
Why?
I like this. Go
I'm going
ahead.
to say this just to make Ronald mad. Why did you make 2 Splatoons when you could have been making Fall Guy the whole time?
Fuck you. Splatoon is fucking great. Both of them.
I mean, Splatoon 2 is basically Splatoon 1, though. Let's be honest.
I mean, a lot of sequels are that.
It's like Madden, just a roster update.
Yeah, Madden.
Okay,
How dare you?
Fair.
Before we do get into it, I do want to show off my Fall Guys shirt. He's wearing the crown.
Very nice.
Got it from
is that Fall Mountain?
Tees. Yeah, well, it's like I think it's like a mixture. Like it's just like a it is Fall Mountain, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Let's start it off. How many wins do we have? How many wins have we won? Alex, you're first, buddy. I can
0.
see you're excited.
0.
Oh, man.
No dubs.
Oh,
No
that's
dubs.
okay. That's okay. I mean, we have to have losers,
Exactly.
JK.
How it works. You find your own fun. We talked about this. It's not an accident that I've been the person who's like, listen, you can't win these games. You got to decide what makes it good for you because you're trash.
Also, I don't want you to quit Fall Guys. Like, as soon as you win, you quit. So I don't want that to happen. I want to watch this.
That streams really well compared to some of these other ones.
People love it right now.
Yeah.
How many wins you got, Nathan? Do you remember?
I think I haven't looked.
I can't count them. They're so high.
Like 75? No. I think 5.
5?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have 6, I think. Maybe not. I don't remember. I have to check my crowns.
Yeah, same. I spent some crowns, so I have to look at my stats.
Yeah. Sweet. I don't know why we talked about that because we didn't even know.
I mean, I knew.
You knew. Yeah. We already talked about the mini games, our favorite mini games. What do we discuss? Like we had ideas earlier. What were those?
How about ones we hate? Because there are some that I hate.
Oh, okay.
Teeter Totter Land, whatever that map. I don't even know the name. Seesaw.
Seesaw's fine. Everybody who doesn't like Seesaw just needs to understand how Seesaws work.
First of all, the only way you're going to win at Seesaw is if you're in the front of the match. Way. If you're in the back, you're done. You're going to get caught behind a seesaw that's up in the air, and you're going to get frustrated, and you're going to go to try to turn around, and then the idiots that are trying to go the other way are going to turn that one up, and you're going to be stuck. And you're going to get mad. It happens every time.
I kind of like Seesaw.
I hate you. I hate you.
My most hated is I'm not a big fan of the team games. You have to rely on everybody like Hoarders or like the Rocket League ripoff, Fall Ball. But my most hated is Egg Scramble. I fucking hate that game.
Oh, it's very bad.
It's terrible. The controls aren't good enough for that game. Like you have to grab the egg, take it to your basket, and then defend it from everybody. But if you also try to get eggs, you can't jump out with it. Like you have to throw it up. You have to jump up, throw it up again. It's impossible with all these people. You literally just have to get all the eggs first and then just defend. That's the only way to win. Or at least get like 2 of the gold at the very least.
Right.
I hate it. What's your least favorite? Which one do you hate, Alex?
I mean, we've dragged Slime Climb enough that I feel like it's not even worth bringing up again. I don't like
you dragged
Hexagon.
Slime Climb. You dragged Slime Climb. You don't like Hexagon?
Like Hexagon.
That's your most hated?
So for it to be as late as it usually is, I think it's too random.
Okay. Okay.
Because unless somebody else has some tactic I'm not aware of, it's really hard to see what's below you before you fall. So like that feels a little random. Don't love that one. I've got a list pulled up here. So Seesaw's fine. Everybody should stop being a baby about it.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, Rollout is I think another controls aren't really ready for that yet.
Yeah.
One thing about
I'm
Fall
pretty
Guys,
good at that one.
Of course, I have 0 wins. Like you should kick me off for this part. Bring it
No way.
The thing that Fall Guys does that none of these other games do is camera control in this game is so important.
It's so
in a way that it's not anywhere else. And that's a thing. Like my nephew's just starting to get into Fall Guys now, and it's one of those things. We grew up in a really interesting time in gaming, I think, where we hit I could give a TED talk on this, but our progression was perfect, right? So like we were figuring out how to play games on Nintendo and Super Nintendo, right? Which is not a ton of buttons, no analog sticks, real straightforward. And then as the industry built, we just built with it. And sometimes I get worried about like kids who have mostly played mobile games and then have to figure out how to manage all of this at the same time. Kids are smart, their brains are squishy, they'll figure it out.
We'll get there.
But Fallout game is a great example for me of that, of having to use 2 sticks really well in a game that doesn't feel like it's a 2-stick game. You gotta have those camera controls on point.
Really, you do. And that's another reason I hate the egg scramble, because when you're in the goal blocking, you can't get a good angle on that camera. Right. It goes into the netting or into the wall, or you have to do an above shot. I hate it. I hate it.
Fruit shoot also is a pain from a camera standpoint sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to get real low.
Oh yeah, you do. You do. That's true. I'm always riding low with the cam though. Always riding low. Fall Guys, I just think it's for one like the biggest game right now.
Yeah.
Like it's all over Twitch, obviously. It's people are tweeting like I think they got almost 1 million followers, or if they haven't, they already have hit 1 million on Twitter, which blows my mind. I love their tweets. I don't know if you guys follow them, but the Twitter account is from the perspective of a Fall Guy, and he's always sharing memes and talking trash, and it's great. It's great. Also, speaking of Fall Guys, how do we feel about them being 6 feet tall? That's canon. How do you feel?
That's weird.
So
Weird.
this is not canon, but it is my head canon. I saw some fan art of the Fall Guy with a woman inside operating it like it's a mech. And that is my new favorite.
That's awesome.
Like, yeah, it's just people in there. Don't worry about it.
Right.
That I'd be okay with.
Right, that's fine. I don't like them being 6 feet tall. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it's hilarious, and it makes so many people uncomfortable.
What
I guess
do
it's
you
like a
eat?
big movement. What do you eat? Yeah.
Where do you go to the bathroom?
This
There's
is a
so many
conversation,
questions.
that we had while playing. Like, is this a stage set up in the middle of like there's some like mountains and stuff? Like, is this their world we're on? Is this supposed to be Earth, or are they just aliens? Like, I want more backstory, some mythology.
So
Build it out.
So after when they fall down the little plinko thing,
Oh yeah,
where do they go?
they're just ground
Are
up.
they dead?
That's their food. It's like Snowpiercer. They just grind up the Fall Guys and feed them nutrition
spoiler
bars.
alerts for TNT.
The movie,
Snowpiercer.
the movie, the
TNT
movie,
Snowpiercer.
the movie.
Still going.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think? Okay, so we know what a Fall Guy looks like: face, color of body.
Well, the
Is
body's
that
underneath.
right?
Yeah.
Is it? So so that's a suit.
It's like a
Yes.
Do
pajamas.
we then add more suits to?
Yes. Yes.
Double up. Okay.
But if you look closely at just the skin, like tight suit, you'll see their mouth is underneath the circle. There's a line here, and that's why they sound like because they're like Kenny from South Park.
Okay.
They're inside that. That's not their skin. I love that, like, kind of Miyazaki drawing to talk about fan art of like this weird snake creature, like that's coming out of the body.
Nope. 2 thumbs down. Do not like. Get it out of here.
I just think this game has a great imagination. It's doing something no one's done.
Yeah.
I love that it's huge. I love that kids can play it and not worry about being fucking trolled. Like, it doesn't really hear everybody unless they. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
Can we talk
Correct me
about
if I'm
trolling
wrong.
in Fall Guys?
Oh, that is. They're not called bad words, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah, mentally abused.
But people
yes.
who stand in front of the finish line
and grab you
are the worst people.
Fuck those people.
I hate
them
them
outta
on
here.
rollout the most, because if someone could grab you and hold you as it's rolling, and then they just jump across the side and you fall off, fuck you.
You guys seen that?
Assholes.
Have you seen the Alex Jones thing?
No, I haven't. What is it? Tell us
Oh,
what,
so,
tell us
okay,
what we're
yeah.
seeing.
Okay, so what you were seeing, it's really, I think I could say this as a former Austin resident.
Yeah.
Austin's favorite son,
Ugh.
Alex Jones. Richard Linklater says, "Let me put that guy in as many movies as I
What
can."
the fuck? God damn it, Rick.
But it is Alex Jones just yelling at a Fall Guy who's standing in front of the finish line. I threw the link in the Zoom chat.
I'm gonna download it. Don't worry. That's fantastic.
So the Fall Guy guy's standing right in front of the finish line, and then Alex Jones yells at him and says, "You're not an intellectual. You're a fake and a fraud," which is from like one of these Alex Jones goes to Bohemian Grove or whatever videos. And then Alex Jones starts running at him, and the Fall Guy just steps over the finish line, and then it says eliminated, and it makes me very happy. You can troll
That's
Alex
great.
Jones. Don't troll Alex Jonathan Brown. That's my.
Fall Guys. Fucking nailed it. We killed it. Guys, I feel great about this episode. This has been great. We talked about battle royales, and we found our friendship again, and I think we're gonna start a commune. Right?
Whoa.
Sure. So
No.
centrally located for us right now is like.
I'll come to California. I
When
need to get out of
COVID's
Texas.
over, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. That brings us to the next section, the next part of our pod. We're loving it. As we all know, obviously all big listeners of the podcast. We've had like 12 downloads.
Good.
Superstardom here.
Yeah, we're skyrocketing to the top. We're loving it. It's just a random piece of pop culture we're loving. And it doesn't have to be games. It could be anything. So, Alex, we always start with the guest. Let's hear it. What are you loving right now?
Can I have two?
Yeah.
Because one is not out yet.
I did two last week.
And they're both games.
Okay, that's great.
And one of them is slightly related. So I've gotten really into iRacing, which is not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
Oh, yeah. I watched you play that a little bit.
But it is so when COVID happened, NASCAR, Formula One, all the big racing leagues didn't run races for a while. They're back now for the most part. And instead, they had everybody hop on this racing simulator called iRacing that's been around for about 10 years. And it is just the most like try-hard racing game in the world. And if you're a racing game person at all, check it out. It's too expensive for what it is, but it's a really good, like, I'm just going to grind a racing game. It's like the progression's really smart. And it's just really sad. It's a game where finishing fifth is satisfying. And as the theme from this podcast, I don't win things. So that makes me really happy.
I love that you're able to put like real world like sponsors on there. That's really cool.
Yeah. So you can super, paint your car however you want. It's really fun. I like it a lot.
That's dope.
The second one will be out when this comes out, but it is not out now. But it is a game called Crusader Kings 3, which takes place in medieval times, but you don't control a character, you control a dynasty, which is what's interesting about it.
Oh.
So you could be the king of wherever or just like a duke. And then when your character dies, you just become the next person in succession.
Wow.
So it's a really good. I played Crusader Kings 2, so I'm excited about the third one.
Okay.
And from what I've seen, it looks better. I'm going to tell you a quick story about Crusader Kings 2. Yeah. It's really good with emergent gameplay. And so I was the king of somewhere, it doesn't matter. And married, had a kid. So like that's the first big check of like I have a male heir in my patriarchal system. Great. I get to keep playing the game.
Yeah.
The problem is that rumors start circulating around the kingdom that perhaps my heir is gay, which is not a problem. And one of the things I really like to do with these games is force them to be more woke than they are.
Good. Yeah. That's awesome.
So he's married because I married him off to like strengthen a alliance with a neighboring country or whatever. But there's this problem because the way the game interprets it is if he's gay, he's not going to sleep with his wife and the lineage will stop there, right?
No heir.
But I have other kids. So what I could do is kill him and then my other son becomes the heir. That guy's going to fuck all the time. So great, problem solved. But I'm not a horrible person and I don't want to do that because I'm a good person.
Yeah.
So my 1200s wokeness is like, this guy has to have a kid, but like DNA testing's not real. Nobody's going to know if it's his kid. So then you just hook up with his wife and then she gets pregnant and has a kid and everything's fine.
What? You can do that?
Yes. And that's why this game is so interesting because it's really just like, it is a social dynamic simulator in the context of being of like a Game of Thrones style succession drama. 10 thumbs up. It's my favorite thing that's ever happened in a video game. And you can also do super cool things. You can turn your thing into a democracy. You can make it so succession only passes through women. There's some war stuff. You can really make it more woke than it wants to be. And that's my favorite thing in games right now.
That's awesome. Are you going to stream the new one when it comes out?
Sure am, but I'll save that for the plugs.
Awesome.
I have two questions about this game really quick.
Yes. Yes.
What platforms is it on? Xbox?
Mostly PC, but it's it might be coming to Xbox, I think.
Okay. And mostly
PC. What
kind of game is this? Is it like an RTS game? Is it?
What an amazing question. Boring? Is boring a category? It's one of those games where you look at a map. So it's like, I would say it's probably like pausable real-time strategy.
Okay.
So closer to like a 4X, like Civ, maybe.
Almost, okay, Civ kind of. Okay. I like Civ.
In that ballpark.
Okay, cool. Great.
Nice.
So all those things I said were things that happen in menus, basically, right?
Okay.
It's one of those games that lets you bring your own. But did I have sex with my son's wife and have a bastard child that way? Yes,
Absolutely.
I did. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Nice.
All right, Nathan, go ahead, buddy. What's your we're loving it.
Mine is also a game that I recently have started playing on the Oculus Quest that I have. And it's called Tetris Effect.
Ooh.
Has anyone ever seen or heard of this game?
I have.
Yeah.
It's a great game to play stoned. It is a great, great game to play stoned. It's just so relaxing, and like the visuals. I mean, one, it's just Tetris, and I know how to play Tetris, so that's good. Not a lot of thinking going into that game. And like I said, the music is great. The visuals are just really cool. Sometimes you're in like galaxies, and it's just really like psychedelic kind of sometimes. It's like the perfect stone game, if you ask me.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have to try it sometime on the old
Yeah.
VR. We're loving it. Mine is a feature-length film. It's called Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Ooh. How was that?
It was pretty great. I rewatched the first two this week, and I haven't seen them since I was a kid. I take that back. I watched Excellent Adventure like 5 or 6 years ago, but I haven't seen Bogus Journey since I was a kid, and I really did love Bill and Ted, especially Bogus Journey, which is not the better of the two movies. But when I was a kid, I loved that shit. Like the death was, William Sadler's death is a top-notch performance still. He's fantastic. But Bill and Ted Face the Music is like the perfect ending to it. And it also doesn't have the homophobia of the first two, because they definitely say the F word a couple times. Like they call, not fuck, but the homophobic F word. Because they hold each other, like they're like scared or happy. They're happy. In the first film, they're happy to see each other. They hug each other and they go, "Oh, gross," and then they say the F word, which is unfortunate because it's this big dumb cartoon basically, these movies, and I hated that popping up. But the new movie, I feel, makes up for it. The addition of the daughters was great. They kind of like it's not like the shift focus. It's not the Indiana Jones story. He's not trying to take over. Like they're just a big part of the story and important to Bill and Ted. And seeing Alex Winter and Keanu again as those characters. Keanu sounds so different than he does in those first two movies. Like he's like, "Oh, whoa, oh, dude." And he used to be like, "Dude, hey, whoa." More Michelangelo. But I just enjoy it. It's a great cap. I mean, it's dumb. It's a dumb movie, but it's really fun, dumb. It's a cartoon again. It's a combination between the first two because they go through time. The daughters go through time to help them, and then they also go to hell and a few other places. I highly recommend watching it. I don't mean to bring down the podcast, but I learned about Chadwick Boseman on Friday. I was pretty sad, and I watched this movie, and it lifted me up a bit. So I recommend it. Bill and Ted's Face the Music.
Where can we watch it? Where do you?
It's it's a $20 rental. Like it's a first run movie.
Okay.
So you just get it. I searched, I think, Amazon Prime.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
Related to yours, but one of the daughters in that I haven't seen yet is Bridget Lundy Payne, who I think is one of the most amazing actresses or actors out now. They're great. And I have thoughts about the Netflix show she was in, the name I can't remember.
Atypical.
With Michael Rappaport. Like it's real questionable, but
they're the best part. They're the best part of that show.
1,000%.
Yeah. That wraps it up. That's all. We're loving it. We're loving a bunch of cool shit this week, guys. I feel good about it. Streams. Before we wrap this up with a bow, what streams are we doing? Alex, you go under not bestseller on Twitch. Let's hear about it.
Twitch.tv/notbestseller. The main thing we do, we're expanding a little bit over the next couple of weeks, but Sunday nights at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, I do a show called Sunday Scaries. And it's basically the idea of the world is a terrifying place. Come hang out for 3 hours on a Sunday before you start whatever your Monday looks like. And just not worry about that for a little bit. So we stream iRacing. A couple weeks ago, we played a bunch of Bennett Foddy games, and you got to watch me
so great.
Be so angry at all of those.
Those games are so terrible.
It'll be... it will have already happened by the time you're hearing this, but this is news to both of you.
Yeah.
Tonight we're doing. I've made a game show, so we're doing a game show that is a combination of trivia and Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm calling it Cash Cab in the Skies. But
I love Cash Cab.
Right? Travel Channel is gonna sue you.
That is. I'm not. Yeah, that's under the radar. Do you want to hear the actual name that I'm incredibly proud of?
Yes.
Question Air. Air, like an airline, but it's also Question Air.
That's great. That's great.
So that's probably the last Sunday of every month, we think right now.
Nice.
And yeah, we'll be playing a lot of Crusader Kings 3 when that comes out. So
Fall Guys, you got to do some more Fall Guys.
Oh yeah, like Fall Guys is the first hour of the stream today. But if you want to come out and hang out in a chat that's got like 6 people who are very involved, it's kind of a cool place, especially if you're not a huge Twitch person. So like,
it's chill.
Feel how
like
that can, how chill that can be.
Yeah.
It's also family friendly, so let your kids watch.
Yeah, yeah. Nathan, you have anything you're doing in particular?
Not really.
Apex, obviously.
I definitely want to stream some Apex. I play that every day. I should just start streaming when I play. But maybe some Apex. But I think we are gonna stream some Fall Guys.
Fall Guys for sure. I want to.
Yeah. So
still haven't yet. And I also want to do some Fortnite. Maybe we could do that together.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Like I said, I'm really into the new season of Fortnite. So
yeah, should be fun. I like that Dr. Doom has a castle on the map. That's so cool.
There's also like, I don't know if you've seen it, there's like a graveyard of what are the big robots called?
Oh, Sentinels, yeah.
Sentinels.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like huge. Oh man, I love it. Have you checked that out, Alex? What's up?
No, I have an Apex question.
Yeah.
If we have time.
We do.
What are the walkers in the corner of the
Those
island?
aliens,
and are they gonna ever be a thing?
I don't know, and I hope so.
Great,
didn't they stomp on? Like, wasn't there one version of the map where they stomped on players, or did it not kill people?
Yeah, there was a. They updated the map so where like basically like one of them had like walked through the map essentially, and like a bunch of buildings and like there was big footprints. But yeah, like halfway through the map, it would like raise its foot up and stomp down. If you were underneath it, you would die.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah,
like the mythology.
Yeah, but some people said they might introduce the Titans from Titanfall in there at some point.
Oh, whoa! That'd be pretty dope. That would really hook me in. I think
that would be awesome.
I love the Titan.
Had a mode.
I mean, I guess you could just play Titanfall, but
it's true.
But I love Titans.
Yeah, I hope they find a way to tie that in somehow. Because they do have a lot of weapons from Titanfall.
Right.
So.
There's some crossover.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Alex, for being here.
Of course,
we loved this conversation.
Yeah.
Felt like old times. You had a lot of insight, which we always appreciate.
I'm very free, so just let me know.
Yeah, we'll have you on again for sure.
Like most people in 2020. I'm around.
Yeah. Yep. Let's end it with our best Fall Guys impressions, and as we're waving goodbye. Woo! Oh, fuck you guys.
I mean, my Fall Guy got eliminated in round 1, so he's not even here anymore.
Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, stay isolated, and stay stoned. Bye.